first of all, tell me about the new album, Invincible.
Yeah, that's our new album. We recorded it during the pandemic, and we wrote the songs right when the pandemic hit the world, and we couldn't get out to play concerts, and we had already released the new album. It was Mad World, and then suddenly everything was stopped, and yeah, we decided to make a new album because we couldn't do anything else, and so Invincible was born. So we wrote songs and made lyrics, and we had all the time of the world, and there was no pressure. We had no deadline and nothing, and we didn't know like everybody else when we can go again on stage and stuff, and so we just wrote songs and had little fun with music. We couldn't do anything else, and that's the result of it.
So it's kind of like hard rock with a little bit of metal. Like, how would you describe your sound?
Yeah, that's how you say it. It's sometimes it's hard rock, sometimes it's metal. When we play at a festival in here in Europe at a metal festival, we are a soft band. When we play at a rock festival, we are a hard band. We're always a little bit in between the both worlds, and but it's quite unique. It's not there are not many bands doing stuff really like on both sides. But I think on this album, on Invincible, we were more precisely on the songs. Like this song is more, when it's a hard rock song, it is real hard rock, and when it's a metal song, it's real metal. In other albums we've made, there was more the borders were not clear. So, but I think now it's more clear on which side of both, on which side the sound goes. Yes.
Speaking of heavy, I think the last track, As Long as I'm Alive, that one's really heavy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do hear a little like speed metal vibes in there, just because of like the fast pace and the tempo.
On which song?
As Long as I'm Alive.
As Long as I'm Alive. Oh.
Yeah.
No, I don't think. I think it's really like rock and roll. It's fast, but it's rock and roll. It's like I would compare it to like what could I say there? To Motorhead a little bit, or stuff like that. It's quite it's more on the bluesy side, not on the metal side.
I can hear
But
that.
it's hard. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, I mean, Motorhead. People did like make that comparison between Motorhead and the new wave of British heavy metal, so something like that. So
yeah, sometimes the borders are really not clear where we should put it, but it doesn't make a difference because I think music is good when you like it and when it touches you. And it can be hard, it can be melodic, it can be anything. If it touches you inside, then it's good music for you.
Yeah, definitely. So tell me a little bit more about how the songs came together. Was it the riffs first, or was it the lyrics first? Like, how does that work?
With Shakra, it's always the same. It begins with the guitars. It begins with a riff, or yes, the melody, and then we work on the melodies. So you have a good riff, a catchy riff, and then we work on the melodies, and we work with not with lyrics, but these are sentences that don't make any sense. It sounds like English, but it doesn't make any sense. And then I make some lyrics from the syllables. If you hear the demo with these words that don't make sense, you have some syllables that you are used to hear, and you choose the words that sound like the syllables, and then you construct the lyrics around them. It's quite difficult sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I speak English, and even I can't get the language right.
Yeah, and for me, I'm a Swiss German guy, so I speak Swiss German, and I have a good friend. When I make the lyrics, when I finish the lyrics, I send it to him. He's from Australia, And then he looks at the lyrics and says, "Okay, that's all good or not." But because sometimes you have some slang or stuff like that that means something different if you say it like that or like that, and we wouldn't know that because we don't speak English every day. You know?
Wait. So do you have a favorite song on the album?
A favorite what? Sorry?
Favorite song?
A favorite song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at the moment it is on the wild side because we have summer here and it's really like a party song and gives the right feeling. But I really like the title track "Invincible" because it's a strong one. It has a really big impact and it has strong lyrics with yeah. It's kind of how you say that? It's cinematic or it gives me something when I hear it. It's gives me power. It gives me self confidence, and I think that's the main goal of this song.
I think it kind of ties into the pandemic too, because obviously when the pandemic happened, the whole world shut down. Everyone was like, "What do we do now?" So I think the title track, especially, it gives us hope that things will get better and you can get through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a little bit like that. It's not. It's not that the lyrics are only about how you can go through the pandemic and stuff like that. It's like you can go through your life, and if you are down, how do you can stand up yourself and have self confidence to go further and go on in your life and don't break down. You know?
So like just like any help you get through any dark time, basically, not just pandemic related. Just happened to come after the pandemic. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. So, did you guys all go into the studio together, or did you record everything remotely?
No, we go to the studio, but not the whole band together because we start with the drums, then we lay the bass on it and the guitars, and then at the end the voice. I'm the last one, but that's the best part because I have all the sound already. Because the other ones, the drummer just has the demos, and the demos don't sound like very good, you know. And for the bass player, it's even worse because he has the drum sound, the good, and he has the demo sound on top, you know. And then everything comes together, and the album is finished.
That was interesting how people make albums these days. Like you put the guitars first, or like you put the drums first and the bass first, and it goes on and on and on. Whereas some people, some people are really old school. They prefer to like actually record together, like live in the studio. So it's interesting hearing how people record albums these days, because obviously technology has advanced so much since like the 70s, 80s, all that stuff.
Yeah. You can do it how you like, how you prefer to do it, because there is not a right or wrong. You know, I think this is something everybody has to choose himself what he's comfortable with to do it, and we are used to do it like that since we make our albums, so we don't have any reason to change that because it's comfortable for us, and we like it to work like that.
Did you guys have any leftover tracks that didn't make the album?
Yeah, of course. But that doesn't mean that they are not good. They were just not good enough to come on the album. You know, we really choose the best ones for the album, and the other ones, yeah, they lose.
You could possibly rework them for a new Shakra album, maybe?
Now, no, now with these songs in you, no,
I mean, like the
these songs,
leftover track.
yeah, no, these tracks we don't do that. We don't take tracks because if they didn't succeed to get on the album, because they were not good enough to come on the album. The next time it would be the same because we want to have the best tracks on it. And,
Oh, okay, gotcha. So your first album with the band was 2003's Rising. How would you say you've grown as a singer-songwriter since then?
oh yeah, this is a long time. It's 20 years ago now. And I think we made a good progress in everything. And yeah, still music industry has changed and everything, but I think we didn't change that much. We just make our music that we like, and we have people from. We play, for example, we play "Rising High" from that album. We play at every concert since then. So, and everybody who's coming to the concert wants to hear that song because that means we have fans from 20 years ago, and that's the best part of it. And we like to do what we do, and the fans we have, they like what we do, so we don't change a lot. Yes, of course we make some experiments a little bit, but it's not like we make prog metal suddenly or stuff like that. We just like what we do, and if there are people out there who like that, we're doing it. They're welcome.
Kind of cool. You said that was like 20 years ago when your first album. So it's kind of cool how you see some people were probably a lot younger when you first started, and then you get to see them get older. Is that right? That must be pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, of course. We are fans the fans they grew with us. I was 21 at that when this album came out, and fans in my age, they are now like me, and it's funny. They come to the concert, you know them sometimes, and hey, can you remember 20 years ago? And this is a big number, 20 years, but it's quite it's like family, it's cool. I like that.
Yeah, definitely. So, what made you want to be a singer? Like, yeah, like how'd you?
Why? Um, I don't know. I sing since I was 3 years old. I always liked to sing, so I never stopped. It was just like I always sang and sang and sang and sang, and I went on with that. Yes, I went to university for 1 year, but I didn't have the time to make music, so I left the universities and made music. So this is my life. This is the biggest part of my life, and it will ever forever be. There is not a reason why I started to do this. I just did it.
Do you have any favorite singers or influences?
Yeah, of course. I'm a big fan of Steven Tyler, and of course of Brian Johnson and Bon Scott too. Yes, but me, I'm more to Brian Johnson because a little bit scratchier. I like that. And David Coverdale, of course, and I'm a big fan of Axl Rose.
The Brian Johnson era is actually my favorite from AC/DC. Not that there's any wrong with Bon Scott, but I've just always,
No,
yeah. I've just always been like a Brian Johnson fan because, like you said, I liked his voice. Like, oh wow, you don't hear that every day. Like it's really scratchy, but
yeah,
it's also melodic in a way. If you know what I mean.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Of course, it's very melodic, but it's catchy. It's a catchy voice. Bon Scott was a bluesy voice. I like that. I really like that too. But AC/DC was more blues than with Bon Scott from the music, and this was a better choice then. And now they were after Bon Scott. They were not that bluesy as they were before. But it's both, and I like them both because they have really unique voices, and I like unique voices that when you hear the first note, you know, that's this one or that one.
And actually, it's even though I do say Brian Johnson's my favorite. I do think that it's kind of it's kind of a little bit unfair to compare the two since Bond he only made like what 4 or 5 albums with the band, whereas Brian
Yeah,
Johnson he made like 10 and so on. So yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah.
mhm, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't want to compare them because this is but when someone dies, you can say, yeah, okay, this one is better, and because this makes no sense. I'm not a big fan of comparing things because they are unique in their own way. So,
is there a band that you would like to a band that you would like to tour with one day?
oh yeah, there are a lot. The big ones. Yeah, I like Aerosmith. With Aerosmith, I really like to tour, but I don't think they make. Are they touring? I think they stopped. Huh?
Did I heard that they're doing like their Peace Out Farewell tour? Have you heard about that?
Oh no, they're touring. Okay, but
Yeah,
I think this is one of the last tours.
I mean, you know, with farewell tours, they could go on and on and on. So, like,
Yeah,
you know, I heard it's like their last big tour. So, um,
yeah.
I think it just depends on how successful it is. But yeah,
But yes, these bands are great to tour with, but I don't think that will happen. But we once played as support of Guns N' Roses uh, in Switzerland in the Hallenstadion. This is the biggest venue we got here. This is quite cool because when you can stay on stage in front of of one of your idols, it's really it's an honor for you. It was great.
Uh, do you have like any plans to come to America one day? Because I know some people would like to hear you live.
Yeah, we'd really like to. This is always the big problem. There are possibilities to make one concert there or one concert there, but there's never the possibility to make a tour because we never had a promoter who could figure out a tour for us. Because for only one concert, we can't afford to come to America. It's too expensive. But if we could make a tour, then it would be possible, and we really like to. But we'll see what happens because we try to. We just start in the first at the 1st of July. We start with the festivals. We are a little bit late this year with concerts, but yeah, we start off with the festivals in July, and then for the rest of the summer, and then we go into the clubs in fall, and we plan to tour whole 24 everywhere in Europe where we can play, and try to catch some big festivals in I don't know in whole Europe where we can play. We'll see.
Have you performed like The Matrix Unfolds or Invincible, any of these new songs live yet?
No, we are going to, yes. We play
Oh,
about I think we play 4 or 5 songs from the new album, so this is quite a lot. It's not always like that because not every song is good for playing live, you know. And there are songs they work really good with the audience and from the rhythm, and they can shake along and sing along. But there are songs you can play. Yeah, you can play them live, but they don't have the same impact. But on this album, we have really a lot of songs we can play live.
and it's not like you can be like Iron Maiden and just perform the whole entire album on stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we could do that, but we have a lot of fans that they want to hear the old songs, you know, and that we don't want to disappoint them if we play only one album. And there are people who say, okay, we don't like the new album, like we like more the first ones, or yeah, we don't want to disappoint the people, so we have from every album we have ever made, we have songs in the set. You know, we try to do that. It's not always possible, but if it works, then we do that.
guys come up with your set list? Because, like you said, there are people that want to hear some of the old songs. So, what's that process like of picking which songs to sing every time you go on stage and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's quite difficult because you have you have songs that work together and don't work together. If you play one song and the wrong one after this one, the everything can implode. You know, the whole thing can implode if you have from a, how do you say that in English? From the vibe of the people, from the mood, you can destroy the vibe if you have the wrong song after another, you know. And so we try to make a set list that works like a wave, you know, always
Oh,
like a little bit up, a little bit down, a little up, and always have good songs in it, and not to make songs that the people don't want to hear. That's the part that you don't know the first time you make the new set list. When you play the new set list the first time, you don't know if the people like it, but afterwards you'll know it, and then you can change songs. Okay, this one was good, this one is not so good, and then we change a little bit. Sometimes we don't have to, but sometimes we have.
yeah, I see. So, the album is Invincible. Is that already out, or is it going to be like when's the release date for the album, or is it already out?
Yeah, in Switzerland and in Europe, it's out, and I think in America it should be out as well. But I didn't hear something else
Do you,
because when we go on the streaming platforms or iTunes, I think it's on or not on in America.
so since Invincible's already out, in Switzerland at least, what's next for the band? Like, are you working on new material? And you already said that you're gonna go out on tour, but what's next for Shakra after this?
Yeah, now when we release an album, the first thing we do is going on stage and tour the shit out of it, and after that we make a new album. But I don't say that because we have new songs already or stuff, because that's too early. Now we want to enjoy this album on stage live with the fans, and if we feel that we have good material and we want to play new songs and to compose new songs and stuff, we're gonna do that. But till then, we go just playing live.
Okay. So before we go, is there anything else you'd like to add or plug in?
Oh, I really appreciate to be here on your show, and I hope you guys in America you like our new album Invincible, and we hope to come once to the USA to play a tour, and yeah, to see you guys there and rock.
Yeah, we'd love to see you guys live. We'd love to see you guys come to America one day. So fingers crossed. Yeah.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for your time, Mark. I'm glad you
Thank
came on.
you. Thank you very much. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So enjoy the rest of your day or whatever time it is over there.
The evening.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Have a good evening then.
Yeah, enjoy.
Bye.